Traders, good morning, and welcome to this live trading webinar. I hope everyone has a great time so far. How are you guys doing? Please let me know. Is everything clear? The image and the sound. Good morning, Cherry, Muhammad, Salah. Good morning, everyone. Samurai Trading, good morning. So, how is amazing? Thank you, Paul. Okay, that's great. So I will pronounce you Paul. Guys, any trading setup you currently hold? Just doing some last touches here. Any currency pairs? Alrighty. Yep. Okay, so as usual, we start with our risk warning. And just to make sure everyone understands that this content is for general information only and is not intended to provide any trading or any kind of business advice. So any information relating to past performance of an investment does not necessarily guarantee any future outcome. I hope is clear to everyone. And as usual, our weekly fundamental analysis in terms of podcast. I hope you guys found access to the website and you download it. So, and also the mobile application here at Admirals, our native app. Now is time to move on and have a look at the premium analytics. And let me bring up. Yep. So here we are. Morning briefings. We are waiting for the website. Vladimir, Jem, yes, I see and hear you. Thank you so much, Vladimir. Jack, morning. Yes, it's okay. Samuel Afam, good morning. Paul, I'm on long scalp on Euro US dollar plus 8 pips. My target is 3 pips away. Euro USD, awesome. Jack, gold, please. X-Call, currently long on pound US dollar. Vincenzo, good morning. Larry, Ronald, good morning, guys. Good morning. So let's check the premium analytic portal as usual with today's top headlines. We are in the earning report quarter and we surely gonna have some news, likely more headlines than usual. House debt ceiling bill cut deficit by 4.8 trillion over 10 years. CBO says. M2 money supply is getting hammered. What it means for the Fed, economy and inflation. Guys, that will be worth having a read of that article. Career to buy Viessmann Climate Solutions for nearly 13.2 billion. Tobacco company BAT pleads guilty to violating US sanctions on North Korea. Russia urges nation at UN to reject US-led isolation effort over Ukraine. Microsoft revenue growth stays low as economic concerns hurt demand. Google is all about cost control now. Google ad revenue drops for second straight quarter. So when the stock prices drop, what smart investors usually do? Yep, that's right. I don't want to answer my own question sometimes because I don't want to make it sound like it's an advice. It's nothing like that. So early this morning we had in Australia the inflation rate 7.8%. The forecast was to 6.9%. Came out as actual to 7%. Just 30 minutes ago, the GfK consumer confidence in Germany that affect the euro minus 29.3. It came minus 25.7. That's slightly increase. And with the New York Open 30 minutes after the New York session, durable good orders, previous minus 1%, expected for forecast 0.7%. Let's bring the MetaTrader. Guys, can you please type if you can see the MetaTrader platform on your screen? Please let me know if everything is fine. Just type a quick yes if you can see the MT5 in front of you. Yes, no, can't see the MT5. Okay. Thank you so much. MetaTrader. What about now? Yes, we see. Okay, now. All right. Something is missing though. Bear with me, guys. Okay, I think it's better now. So, yes, no problem seeing. Sorin, Bunadini, I don't understand this language now. Yes, 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 thank you so much. Christine, Christiana, Larry, thank you, Sorin. CJ, Darshan. It's good that you can also see the screen. That's fine. So, guys, let's start with the pound US dollar. Yesterday, almost a bearish engulfing, didn't take the high, so it's not a bearish engulfing. Market is within on the daily chart, within this rectangle area. Usually this transform after an uptrend, this transformation usually leads to the downside. We don't know that yet, but we will find it out if the market is going to break to the downside. There are other times that this consolidation is just goes like this, and then it breaks to the upside. So we will find out after the price break away from the consolidation. If we drop to lower time frames, of course, we're going to see trend developments. We will observe this nice channel that is breaking away right now, and that's a strong bullish indication. On the 30-minute though, 15-minute, and especially on the 5-minute, we will observe higher highs and higher lows. So this high, this low, and then a higher high. Therefore, for short-term traders, they're going to look for buying opportunities. Now the price is already overextended. If we use the fib retracement, guys, it's a great tool to use the fib retracement on the opposite way. So you transform it to fib extension. It's the same tool. And instead of finding the retracement, we use the previous swing, the one that I show you here, from this high to this low, and we see after the price break outside of this area and it create a higher high, the 161.8% usually becomes a valid target. After the price touches the 161.8, we prefer to wait for some retracement before we enter long again. So from day traders, that's not anything to for end of day traders, that's not something to concern, but for intraday traders, definitely that was a nice uptrend. Euro US dollar, it's still in this uptrend. Yesterday we had this bearish engulfing candle. Today the market looks like it finds some support here, but if this is going to end to be a bearish implication and it's going to push the price to the downside, we do expect this candle to come up to the 50% to 61.8% of this long red candle before it continues to the downside. Like if this high and this low, it's a new swing in the market, the retracement will come around to 50 and 61.8%. So again, like the pound, if you go to the lower time frames, on 5-minute charts, for example, or 15-minute chart, you're going to see a higher highs and higher lows. And these higher highs and higher lows, they just help traders to initiate positions. But remember, because this is not in a line with the daily chart, with a higher time frame, at any time maybe we're going to see some sideways move. Therefore, we are careful and we try to use accurate technical analysis skills as the one I teach you every morning on this webinar. The Australian dollar broke to the downside finally, and the next target becomes this lower point here. So we do have this room to move. So bearish on this one. New Zealand as well, very weak. I commented yesterday that I was expecting the price to give some deep retracement. Didn't give that though, and the price moved to the downside. That's all right. I'm not interested to sell it from here and target this area. That's not my trading style. Still bullish on the USD. That's the USD JPY. I'm still bullish on this one. I'm waiting for some type of rejection around the 61.8 or the 50%, and looking for longs, just simply based on these higher highs and higher lows, guys. Okay. USD Canadian dollar, we said that after the price retraced that much and it came to retest this area, we are bullish on that one. On the daily chart, didn't give any signal of any signal of retracement, so we can buy the bounce. But on the 4-hour chart, this rectangle, you see the price make a high, low, and it formed a rectangle area, this one here, and then it break to the upside. That was a very nice continuation breakout, but honestly, I wasn't around. I didn't take any trades there. Euro, JPY, here it's a resistance, strong resistance though. If we bring up our indicators now to check what information they give, the strongest information comes from the MACD. Higher high in price, lower high on the histogram, then higher high in price, and still lower high on the histogram. This is, write this down, this is one of the strongest signals for reversal. This one here, bearish divergence in an uptrend on the weekly chart, especially on the weekly chart. Okay, so on daily chart, if we find this on the weekly that the market is showing weakness, and on the daily chart we can identify a reversal price action, that's the highest probability to trade. Now the market, let's go to the 4-hour chart. So a 4-hour trend was this one here. Another uptrend can be this one here. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 points, and a 4 points trend line. It's a tentative trend line, it's not a valid one, but we have break of this trend line, so we're gonna look for shorts from now on. Even the divergence, they shown so nicely on this 4-hour chart. You see, from high to high, from this high to this high here, from this high to this high here. We have higher high in price, we have lower high on the indicator. Very strong signal of a weekend. And then trend line breakout, important trend line has been break below. What do we do next? It's been a while. The market actually didn't make a lower low from here, so we're gonna wait to see on the 4-hour chart a reversal candlestick price action. Usually this trend line, as it broke from above, now from below it should become resistant. Note this, mark this in your chart. You have Fibonacci retracement that coincides with the trend line, the broken trend line around the 50% and 61.8 area. So keep that in your chart in case the price visit that area, and if it happened you to be around and trading, a candlestick reversal can help to sell this market. Or if you want to place your limit orders, if you ask me what I would have done for a limit order, I wouldn't have trust the 50%. I would prefer to go to the 61.8% because that's the deepest retracement. If the price comes here, for example, if I go trading sell limit order here, and then I put my stop loss, I go modify, and I will use a stop loss at the 76.4, just a little bit above, so it's 148. My stop loss 148. I can just modify it a little bit just to go above this one. And if I want to put a profit target, always the distance from 61.8 to 76.4. If you're gonna go for a target just to retest the recent swing, it's 3.5 to 1%. Okay, so if you don't want to be around and you use fib levels, if you find this coincidence in price and some trend lines or moving averages with the fibs, then you can use the limit orders to get into the trades. Pound JPY, very similar scenario, although the pound is not at the resistance, shows divergence, but divergence, reversal divergence, if the price is not at the resistance, it's a signal that we don't pay attention to. Australian dollar, JPY, Australian dollar very weak, but also JPY, Kiwi and JPY both very weak. Another one that showed very strong reversal divergence is the CHF and the Japanese yen. Price make equal high, and the indicator shows bearish divergences. Therefore, we do expect to see some push to the downside. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that bearish divergence, they will reverse the whole move. It simply means that temporarily they're going to stop the current trend, and we're going to experience a retracement. Now, if that retracement goes all the way to the origin of the move, which is this one here, then we talk about reversals. But until that point, we're just going against the trend. All right. Count JPY. Yesterday we marked this swing high and the 61.8 to be our watch area, but the price really didn't touch and reversed here. It came to the 76.4. We didn't have any limit order simply because we don't have any cluster or any other support from the price to coincide with that area. So that's not relevant anymore. Euro Canadian dollar on a strong bullish move. Market broke higher than the resistance. So we are looking for buys. If you are trading the 4-hour charts and you are somewhere in Asia, Australia, Asia Pacific region, you were awake on the completion of this 4-hour candle, and that was a very good. These are the types of opportunities we are looking on the swing trading. Small relative candles like 20 pips, and it's on 2 to 1. And let's clarify it. When we do swing trading, we can trade any currency pair. It's only when we do intraday trading we need to trade the currency pairs that are relevant to that time zone. Euro CHF, nothing, as well as the pound CHF. Let's check the Euro New Zealand cherry. Euro New Zealand. Um, Jack, by the way, what's best to MT5 or MT4? I prefer the MT5 because it has more features. Xcall, that's where I got in on pound US dollar right at the start of the bullish movement today. Well done. That's fantastic. Murray, euro, dollar. Awesome. Strong bullish move also. It's been a while on the euro, New Zealand. Next area of resistance is up. Next area of resistance is this one here that I point, and if the market gonna break higher, we're gonna look for that one. For now, we still have some room to move. Market, it's in an uptrend. Moving averages, though, they are very bullish. Higher highs and higher lows in price. I wouldn't recommend you to go on the intraday for this Euro New Zealand and Pound New Zealand because the spread are so wide. Better stick with majors when you do intraday or some yen pairs. The rest, leave them for swing trading. So still bullish here. For our chart, we buy the dips, nice bullish engulfing here, although I don't like the size of this bullish engulfing, 60 pips, and we have 50 pips there, but anyway, bullish engulfing, it's bullish engulfing. Yeah, so pretty much this for the pound. So still bullish, we don't look to sell. And Aussie CHF still lower highs and lower lows. Kiwi CHF, it tried to make a bottom here. We're gonna again look for some retracement, and we're gonna look to sell the CHF, the Australian dollar against the CHF. Now we will check the indexes. Please, can you go through Australian dollar, Canadian dollar? Yes, definitely. I'm using WebTrader for gold and silver. What other commodities can I trade? You can trade, if you want, palladium, you can trade copper, you can trade WTI, DAX. Market found this bottom, this top, bearish candle yesterday. For our chart, it's a bit mixed. We do have this area of strong support here. 5-minute chart. We go here to there. Okay, we didn't fill up all the gap from this move. From here to there, we have 16 pips. It's a quite distance. So I'm going to put the first order here. So I put a buy stop order here in case the price come all the way and take me to the upside, and I'll look to get out around 10 points. We still have 1 minute to go. Now, if the price breaks below, I would have gone here, but I would prefer to get into the move at this point if the price didn't really touch the area before the London Open, because that was the swing I was looking for. Now, 9:59, we still have a minute more or less. So for now, I have this buy stop order. If the price is going to come here, I will look to close it. And yesterday, if we didn't close right at that point, the trade, for those who trade with me, we would have been in a good Yes, Florin, on daily the DAX looks for short, but on short-term trading, right? It's not something we are looking to trade it on the long run. What do we have here? Let me just move this higher. That was the swing. No, we don't have any divergence on the MACD histogram. We don't have any divergence here. The RSI is still above. It's still above the 50 level, so still bullish. Back to the 5-minute chart. If the price is going to come and take us to the upside, we're definitely going to look for some 10 points if that's not going to appear to be a false breakout. Any stop loss, again, I repeat, any stop losses for this move, they are going purely below the low of this area. So stop losses, they should add it below here. What about the Dow Jones? Daily chart, bearish engulfing, but we are on the 21-day moving average. The daily chart on the Nasdaq and S&P 500, bearish as well. Back to the DAX. I will go to have a look at the Australian dollar, Canadian dollar, as Kajidan asked. So, Aussie CAD. Well, here it's a bit of confusion. Now, price made a low, it pulled back as normal, and then it came up to this low and it bounced upwards. Therefore, it made a double bottom here. Now, price from this point to this point, it made a higher high. Sometimes the market, it put this kind of patterns. It put this kind of rectangle patterns before they resume their trend. But I prefer to trade the markets. They have some kind of consistent lower highs and lower lows. It's still in a bearish implication. The RSI, it's still below the 50, and that's bearish. The moving averages, they crossed over, and that's also bearish. So we assume that the price continues to the downside until this low here. However, we have to be mindful that at this point the price break the trending structure and it make a higher high. Okay, so if you're gonna trade, if you're holding some trades to the downside, maybe you enter somewhere here on the 4-hour chart, you can have a look at this support, and if the price bounced upwards from the support, it touches and bounces, maybe the trend is not that strong. That's what I can see from the charts. Let's check the DAX before we end the session. So price, we got triggered in the trade. Let's see if the price it's going to give us the 10 points, and we're going to call it for today. FTSE also is trying to gain some of the losing from yesterday. If we surpass this area of resistance, we're gonna be good for at least 10 points. Okay, I want to close above. From here, guys, we already have our 10 points in place. I will close the trade. That was a good one again today. I hope you did your own judgment and you took maybe trades you believe they are appropriate to your trading style and your risk appetite. So, for me and Admirals, I would like to wish you to have a fantastic day ahead, and I wish you happy trading. If you have any questions, please make sure you use the Telegram channel, and I look forward to see you again tomorrow at the same time. Thank you so much. Bye for now.